Hi everyone and welcome back to our final game with Lathans and Karma. Lathans on the left in blue as the 2nd Panzer Grenadiers and on the right in red, playing as one of his favourite divisions, if not his most favourite, Karma with the 39th. 2 Tornado F3 anti-airs coming in straight away, going for that Su-25 rocket. An Su-27S anti-air jet coming in as well for Karma though. This could be, oh, it's an early loss. Oh wow. All 4 jets dead there, I think. I think the Su-25 went down as well in all of that. Another Su-25 rocket coming down. Look at all of those dead jets. 1, 2, 3, 4. Su-25 rocket coming in there. There was a Strela that managed to get a shot off at one of those F3s as well. Neither player, obviously, with those forward deployment troops. We do have some scimitars coming up here for Lathans. They are his recon units. He's also got various infantry moving up the rear and a couple of Leopard 1A1A1s moving up there as well. At the other side, we can see some BMP2s and infantry, various Radvedka at the front. Those Radvedka Sapri specifically with the grenade or satchel charge. Su-25 rocket just lingering around the back there, looking for early kills. A Tampella mortar there for Lathans, laying out a lot of smoke of all things. Is this to cover the rush here? I think it is. I think it's to cover these Marder 1A3s charging along here so that Karma doesn't really realise that they're coming in. He's going for quite an aggressive push potentially, Lathans, here across the centre of the map. He's brought his tanks up here. He's pushing across to the scimitars as well. Su-25 rocket, I'm sure, will come in to try and do some damage in a moment. BMP2s being used to fire at these scimitars and try and do some early damage. Tornado F3 in again to try and take out that Su-25. Su-25 is dead. That has disabled Karma's ability to do lots of damage to both infantry and vehicles with that jet. T-80 coming in there, another anti-air and a command vehicle coming in there. No commands in as yet for Lathans, very little at the bottom for Lathans. He's focused on this aggressive push in the middle here. Can Karma hold it? This is the question right now. Scimitars and tanks pushing aggressively across here. Great fire support from those tanks. Doing a lot of damage to any vehicles and also the infantry taking lots of fire. Some Motorstocky did manage to get into the building with the Panzer Grenadiers there. BMP3 pulling back, very badly damaged. Will not fare well against all of these tanks. Smoke going down again. Really, really interesting tactic by Lathans there, smoking the centre of the map. Allowing him to progress here without being shot at from that side. That is actually a really clever idea. I don't think I've ever actually seen that done in a game I've casted before. Very interesting use of smoke by both of these players throughout the tournament. And this is one of the wonderful things about watching these two guys play. You learn so many new interesting tactics to have a go of, and you can bring them into the other games. It doesn't matter who wins between these two. You know you're in for a really good game, a really good back and forth. Lathans, pretty successful, has managed to get nearly all the way to the other side of this point. Only this top end in control of Karma now. Really, really good push at the start there for Lathans. Some command vehicles now coming in. One for the centre, one for that point, and one for down here at the bottom. At the other side, no more commands in yet for Karma. He has got that +2 currently. Do notice he is going with those SPG-9, sneaking them round the back. He will be looking for some snipes at some point in this game. Su-25 anti-tank coming in. Will want to deal with some of these forward tanks. Can he see any? He does have the Mi-8 recon chopper down there. I'm not sure if it has vision on these leopards. Likely does. Smoke going down for both of those leopards. Lathans must have seen it coming. Plenty of reinforcements now coming into this area for Karma. Lathans pushing across there though with his forces. More reinforcements coming in towards the bottom zone as well for Karma, but majoritively both players sort of ignoring the bottom of the map, focusing on the centre at the moment. Smoke going down at the back there. I'm not sure if that's just a distracting tactic, or what exactly the plan is there. I assume it's to stop potentially any missiles being fired out of that side. Lathans is now a bit penned in, though, because he can't really engage with these tanks because that Su-25 is lingering around. There's also a T-80 up here, 2 T-80s here now, which certainly outmatch those Leo 1A1A1s. Cluster coming in here, going for those tanks. Tanks have moved, though. Cluster is down as well. Those tanks are going to cause problems, but as long as the Leo 1A1A1 can get up close and personal, they will still rip apart the T-80s, but they have to be up close and personal. As we know, the closer they are when they have a kinetic weapon, the more damage they do. Jeopard immediately taken out by that BMP-3 and its missile. That was obviously brought up to deal with the threat of the Su-25. Infantry slowly being whittled down by these tanks and things, by Karma. Karma doing exactly the same thing that Lathans just did to him, pushing up with those vehicles as fire support. Very effectively. Lathans trying to smoke off these units, I think. Leopards will get plenty of shots off here, firing unfortunately at these guys and not the tanks. Currently side on to some of these tanks. Oh, there's one of those T-80s dead. Fantastic. Another strike from a cluster bomber there. I think the cluster bomber... Oh no, it did get out at the back there. I thought it might have gone down. I think that's also a dead BMP-3. Lathans will be pleased with that engagement. Those Leopard 1A1A1s, cheap tanks, but just took out a very expensive T-80. Motostrelki, obviously a big threat, are badly damaged, but, you know, they still have rockets. This particular Leo at serious risk. It only has 2 pips of health left. They could probably kill that Motostrelki, though. There's only 1 unit left in that squad. Lathan's not risking it, however. BMP-3 coming in down here. Motostrelki Medis there. Razvedka there. Was pushing up, but obviously realizes there is some resistance here. Not a lot, though, for Lathans. I wonder if we'll see him calling in a few more units down here. Obviously, this is the risk at the moment. Karma is round the back with a couple of the SPG-9 units. They will do some serious damage to any command vehicle they come in contact with. Plenty of reinforcements on the way in for Karma. Lots of BMP-3s, a very strong unit. It's like a mini tank with a tank gun and an autocannon and a very good long-range missile. Let's remind ourselves of that long-range missile. If we can switch to the actual BMP-3, there we go. 18 damage, 2,800 meter range. You can see that missile range there. It could be from its current position hitting that tank. So just to show how strong it can be, whereas the tank cannot hit that BMP. MI8 taking a few shots from the Jeopard there. Currently +3 to Lathans. He is ticking up those points at over 600 now. Once again, it is a tight game, though. It is not like Lathans pushed and has managed to retain control of the entirety at this point. Karma is pushing back and pushing back hard, coming in with more of his units. Those BMPs doing a lot of damage. I was about to say he does have an artillery piece in there, Lathans. There is an M10 there. Command is in the back of this point now for Karma as well, neutralizing those points. Karma is very, very good with the 39th Infantry, and it's often a ban when people play against him because he just has an immense amount of knowledge about each and every individual unit and how to use it best. Now, in fairness for Karma, he has more knowledge about every single unit in the game than the majority of us do about one division. So, you know, where do you go from there? To say that this is his best division, well, you know, it puts the rest of us to shame, I suppose. Lathans, of course, very well aware of this. Would have been prepared for this fight. will have a plan in his mind, I'm sure, to deal with the aggressive tactics that Karma brings to the table with the 39th. Right now it is looking very red here. There's still plenty of blue on the map, plenty of reinforcements coming in. Karma has lost a few expensive units, but equally, Lathans has lost a few as well. He's lost a few jets and things again. SU-25 cluster coming in now. Karma has a lot of SU-25s in this deck. Very strong right now. Very cheap. Very, very effective. See Lathans pulling his tanks back there, trying to avoid those clusters. Jeopard is engaging on it. He did drop. He hasn't managed to kill anything with the cluster. And cluster is down. Lathans will be pleased with that. Another SU-25 out of the game. Strela here engaging on that chopper. It's straight down. But look at this. Karma is pushing. He's not stopping. Leopards being used here to good effect against these BMP-3s. Also being used against the infantry pushing up here. BMP-3's engaging on that Leo 1A1A1. It's only got 1 pip of health left. Leo 2A3 doing well though, but there is this single Motorstrelky there, just managing to run into that forest. Could potentially go on to kill this. It still has launchers left. If he knows that's there, he could potentially get one shot off at that and kill it. Not sure he'll know it's there, but he's not far off, let's be honest. Pioneer's being called in there by Lathans to try and deal with it. Karma's stopped. Obviously, Karma has no idea where that command is. But I suppose there's every chance he could have just caught that off guard and killed it. The beauty of us being able to see the entire map in hindsight, we can see these units. Karma has no idea it's there. Up here at the top, big engagement going on right now. SPG-9 getting some shots off against that Marder there. One of the Marders is routed and destroyed. BMP-2s and the SPG-9 providing crossfire against that Marder 1A3. Have successfully killed it. Panzer Grenadiers pushing up here. 3 squads of Panzer Grenadier Marders here. Oh no, it's 1 Pioneer squad. Taking a lot of fire from those BMP-2s though. Scimitar being brought in to try and finish them off. Getting some good hits. Should do the job. I think it missed there. Is this going to finish it? There it goes. I think that may have been one of the Leo 1A5s that finished the job there. Lathans trying to secure this entire top area so he can push into this top corner as best he can. Obviously he's being pushed back here very, very far. Karma re-secured control of all of this side. Very little movement down at the bottom still. Motorstrelky is actually pushing upwards rather than downwards. No more jets coming out at this stage, but we can expect some jets soon perhaps. I think if either player does a major push, we'll probably see some bombers or some SU-25s coming out to assist with that. Right now, Lathans has the advantage with just over 25 minutes left of this match. The question is really, can one of these players successfully secure the entirety of the middle? That poor Motorstrelky is dead. Lots of tanks being built up over here. 2 T-80 BVs and 2 T-62Ms. As well as a few squads of infantry being built up here. More tanks being moved in here for Lathans as well. Obviously, the 1A1A1s will need to be up close and personal to do any serious damage to these T-80s. T-80s, by the way, are below a little hill. If I zoom in, can you see that they're below that hill? so they can't be seen currently by Lathans forces, though Lathans may well be able to see this hovering chopper. Artillery coming in down here on these buildings and on those infantry in there. Lots more infantry being brought in at the top here. These guys have lots of RPG-29s. They will be very good against the tanks that are being built up in this area if Karma can get them round the back. I will note at this point that Karma's 2 SPG-9s, I've just realised, have been destroyed before they had chance to get near any commands. So that's a nice escape for Lathans from losing any command vehicles and having to pay for them to come back into the game. It means he can focus on bringing in standard units. Milan 2 firing at one of those T-62s there. T-62 is not the biggest threat in this area. They do have missiles, but the big threat are these T-80s. Obviously, they're a lot stronger. Su-25 AT coming in there at the top here, being immediately engaged by a Tornado F3. F3 is taking fire from multiple Cubs. F3 is down. Hawk's engaging on that Su-25, but the Su-25 is out in one piece with just 1 pip of health. That was very, very close. Unfortunately, Lathans did lose another one of those F3 anti-air fighters. A little bit of movement down here by Karma. He's moving some infantry round into this point. He's also being quite aggressive up here, pushing these tanks along here now, along with those infantry. And also we're seeing that Lathans is pushing out across here, trying to get up close and personal. In some ways this is better for Lathans, because Lathans wants to be right in the face of these T-80s to be doing large amounts of damage. Unfortunately, he's about to get sideshot, I think, by that T-80. Oh no, the T-80 was engaging on the Milans there. Although he has also lost that tank that was there. Lathan's getting squeezed hard at the top now. Karma lost 1 tank. Other tank there surviving, and his 2 T-80s certainly alive. Lathan's manoeuvring these forces up now, trying to deal with the units that have moved into this forest area, trying to get those pioneers right on top of the enemy to throw their satchel charges. Unfortunately, Karma, obviously realizing this, is moving back out of the way. These units stalled now, but would easily move across this point and do some serious damage, easily killing that command vehicle at the moment. Reinforcements also coming in BMP-3s down here. Karma looking in a fairly strong position just in terms of where he's got his forces right now. Certainly winning this fight up here. He just has an overwhelming force, has managed to avoid the pioneers and their satchel charges. He still has his 2 T-80 BVs intact as well. Down here at the bottom, he is moving these forces up, deploying these infantry out the BMP-3s, and will be easily able to move in and kill these Panzer Grenadiers. Milan 1 is engaging on these BMP-3s over here. Seriously damaged there, but didn't get the kill. More Sapri RPO coming in. Command also coming in. I don't think Karma's going to have any issues getting a command vehicle in there. Up at the top of the map, Lathans is on the retreat now. Obviously, this is a very difficult position. There are a lot of forces coming in from Karma. Yes, some of them are badly damaged, but there's still a lot of them there. Karma mainly focused on bringing reinforcements down at the bottom of the map now. Panzer Grenadiers being engaged from range by the BMP-3s and the Sapri. Strelky just showing the other units exactly where they are, and there we go. Karma can now happily move into this bottom point. Reinforcements are being called in there for Karma, but is it going to be too little, too late? Karma going in with quite a strong force there. Has stalled at the top, is no longer pushing forward, is pulling back and regrouping, and will resupply with a supply vehicle back there. This supply vehicle, I assume, heading to this area for the tanks. More recon coming in up there as well. Lathan's bringing in reinforcements all over the map, including quite a lot at the top there, but at the moment it's looking bad for him down here at the bottom. There's a large force moving in, and that command will be in that point very, very shortly. And then it will be a +2 to Karma. He's also bringing in another tank down there and another tank towards the center. Once again, it is all turnaround. Early game, Lathans had that advantage, had pushed all the way across this point, was doing very well, managed to kill a lot of Karma's stuff, but now it's all change. Karma now in the lead to some extent, has managed to secure a foothold here, did a lot of damage at the top. Tornado HE bombers and clusters coming in here, trying to do as much damage as possible, going for that Streller, I believe. Didn't actually get the Streller. The bombs landed in front, although it does look, because of the graphic of the smoke, that it would have been included in the explosion. It is not, just to make that clear. Artillery being used to try and kill the command in that corner, but it has been moved forward by Karma. Lathans looking a bit thin on the ground in the centre there. Plenty of stuff coming in here. He is rushing more units down towards the bottom of the map to try and assist here. Leopard 2A3 here, trying to come in and do some damage. It has been hit itself, though. The Mi-24V rocket attack helicopter doing a small amount of damage, but also stunning it. It's also got those very good anti-tank rockets. Currently firing an Armada, will get the kill. R1 also firing back at these tanks here. Not getting the kill though, done a lot of damage to T62M. T80BV coming in here, that tank has died. I think the Metis actually got the final kill on that tank, I'm not sure. H25 cluster came in there but has veered off. Karma also pushing at the top again now with all of those infantry in the forest. Will be meeting all of these pioneers. SU-25 AT taking a lot of fire and is dead. Lathans' air defense has been pretty reasonable this game. Has managed to kill quite a few Su-25s. No easy task. They are very strong aircraft with a lot of armor in this game. Mi-24 taken out by the Jeopard. Pioneers here not managing to get close enough to throw their satchel charges. Sapri RPO, however, managed to set lots of fires because they have range on their launches, but they are currently depleted. Alf Clara getting side shots potentially on that T-80. T-80 ploughing forward. Second missile missed. T-80 now facing that unit. T-80 over here also firing on the Alf Clara. Karma pushing aggressively across the centre of the map as well. There's very little there from Lathans to stop him now. Karma very much having the upper hand right now. This is looking very, very bad for poor Lathans. Just over 16 minutes left of this game. And Lathans has been squeezed hard. There is a lot of red on this map. Another IDS cluster coming in there. I assume going to try and take out some of these tanks. But here's the push across the centre. This poor command will not be long for this world. Cluster manages to get in and out. I don't think it actually managed to kill anything though. A little bit of a push around here with Lathans and his tanks and Marder Milan, but unfortunately this tank is about to meet a BMP-3. BMP-3 got a side shot on it. BMP-3 did get destroyed though, but there is a T-80 bearing down on this Leopard. There is also a T-62 there just waiting in the wings. Will likely be able to get a shot on this Leo once it pokes its... Oh, never mind. T-80 got the kill. Razvedka saw it as it was coming out of the forest. Centre is red. Currently +5 to Karma. Game has swung heavily in his favour. He will easily catch up on points now. 15 minutes left of this game, but I think it's all over. Karma storming through the centre with all of those tanks, and there's the surrender. And there we have it, folks. Karma takes the final game of this set of 5. Absolutely fantastic set of games from both of you. You have both played exceptionally well in this tournament, and it was a genuine pleasure and enjoyment to watch and cast those games. Once again, about a 2,000 point difference in kills to losses there between the players. I mean, you can't say fairer than that. It's been pretty similar through most of these games. Absolutely fantastically played, Lathans. Commiserations that you didn't go through to the final. But Karma, well played again. You did an absolutely fantastic job. Please, guys, check out both of these guys' channels. They are fantastic players. They are really nice guys. They are happy to give tips. They will chat to you when they are making videos or doing live streams on Twitch. Well worth checking them out. Thanks again, everyone. I hope you have a fantastic holiday. Merry Christmas to those who celebrate, and I'll see you all in the new year for plenty more WARNO.